agree, too.
Why? Because he's in office 8 months. Clinton was in 8 years.
No, but even Clinton.
Yeah.
Clinton, that's when do you think
just
they blame it?
The fact that we're trying to blame other Americans for 9/11 just shows where we're at in this country.
I understand that's wrong, too, but that's the topic, so let's go with it.
He's the bright.
What do you mean?
Here's the problem.
The topic is, no, but my opinion on the topic.
You can't blame Bush. He's just not the smartest guy. When he got the memo and he read the word attacks, he probably thought it was about the IRS. Yeah, let him laugh, stupid.
Folks, first of all, they didn't laugh. They applauded because it was an uncomfortable moment.
No, it wasn't.
You made a pun, you moron.
I did.
Go ahead.
It was a pun.
That wasn't a joke. It was a pun.
Hey, listen, you're right. Haircut 20 years too young for you?
20 years? Maybe 18.
It looks good. Contra Gugu.
I like it, boss. I don't care about what the
Thanks,
fans
Ralphie.
say.
It
So what
sucks
were
some
you
more
gonna say?
ass, Ralphie.
Hey, I'm trying over here to get a regular gig, Mr. Regular Gig, okay? Shut up. Okay, all right. Okay.
Oh, here we go. This
I like it.
They love me.
They do.
I like an honest man. I'm trying to regular gig, Mr.
I
Regular.
think this,
ahead.
the whole thing with this with questions was kind of pimp. They kept on trying to corner him. He kept on dodging it like a ninja. It was great. You mistake? No, never heard of him.
Right.
Never heard
Yeah,
of him.
they definitely were trying to hit him, hammer him. But even his opening speech, it's like, I don't know who writes for him, but it's uninspired, you know, and the way he says it, it's kind of like, you know what I mean? It's just the whole thing is just weeks of a guy who's cracking up.
One thing I'm tired of is hearing about how it's not about a religion, it's about a political ideology. No, stupid, it's about a religion, all right? When you crash a plane into buildings, you get 72 virgins in heaven, not a tax refund. It's about a religion.
Was that a slam on the Jews?
No. Sick of Islam being defended.
Shut
like
up,
Islam has
stupid.
nothing to
I
do
was
with it.
making a joke, not a pun.
No,
That's
I
why
know
you
that.
didn't get it and they got it.
They're busting his balls about this memo that he got on August 6th,
Right.
you know? It said bin Laden wanted to attack inside the United States.
Right.
It wasn't really specific. It's not like it was an invitation to, you know, Al-Qaeda Palooza. Show up in Window of the World. You know.
I think this whole 9/11 thing is ridiculous. It's disgrace, like you said. What are we trying to prove? Who's responsible? And the bottom line is, if you want to have a country like we have, where you don't want to step on people's civil liberties, then certain things get left open. It's just a balance that sometimes stuff happens that way.
It's not the right time to be looking back and seeing pointing
Exactly.
fingers.
Clinton or Bush. I don't think
They
either
did
one
that to
of them.
Clinton. Arguably, this all happened because of Monica Lewinsky. He was so distracted by this thing that Osama got out of hand. And the same thing's going to happen now with the 9/11 Commission. You know what that's going to be famous for? Is like distracting Bush. And then we'll be sleeping when 4/11 or 9/13 or whatever it happens. When these animals strike again, it'll all be because this guy's so stressed out. You can see how stressed out he is.
His hair's here yesterday when he came out.
I'm getting tired of hearing about how the Iraqi people...
You get tired a lot, don't you?
I really do. I'm very sleepy. I'm sick of hearing about the fortitude.
Now, that's something you don't want to see.
What? I haven't liked you since you froze Han Solo.
I don't see that
That was a good one, Golden Child.
Yeah, I'm
Don't pick on my friend, you penis with ears.
Go ahead.
That's not important. No, I wanted to say that I'm getting tired of the Iraqi people and hearing about what fortitude they have. What's his name? Al-Sadr, the guy who's the militia leader.
Apple cider.
Apple. Oh, well, at least it's not a pun.
I really hurt you with that one, didn't I, stupid? Now, go ahead.
I'm just developing a real hatred for them because his father, I can understand like a lot of the people who were, I think what the Sunnis are the ones that were for Saddam fighting American troops because they're losing their guy and they're losing a lot by us ousting Saddam.
The parent, Edith, the parent.
You really are old. I'm sick and tired of this guy. His father was murdered by Saddam's people.
Right.
And now the U.S. overthrows Saddam, and now he's attacking our forces. Now, the more I hear about the Iraqi people, the more I understand Saddam Hussein, and the more I understand why he was gassing them. Because they're awful people.
But it's only I mean, the problem is that the news prints it like it's the Iraqi people. It's only a small...
Well, they're not Irishmen.
No, but I'm saying the news comes over and says, there's an uprising. Iraq hates us. Most of the people want us there, but nobody says that.
Just the whole city of Fallujah, the entire Sunni triangle, they hate our guts.
No.
That's a small percentage of the whole nation.
The whole country,
Very small.
the whole country is
it's like the Crips and the Bloods. It's people of color. They're a problem everywhere.
We'll be right back.
So what's your name?
Kevin Marr.
And where you from?
Oh, what do you...
You really
got
You couldn't have hit that with a funnel.
Shut up, stupid. I got the one in, and I was trying to set up a double shot to do entertainment.
Mabel King
I'm an
is a-
entertainer, you. What's that?
Mabel King is a better pool shooter with her leg.
Mabel King. Do you know who that is, folks? No, you don't, because you're not 90 like this idiot. You call me old? Because of an escalating drug-related turf war, officials in Brazil are planning to enclose 2 dangerous slums with a 10-foot wall. Here's a quote from the deputy governor of Rio, and I'll do the Brazilian accent. The wall won't be put an end to the violence in the slums, but if we don't contain it, it will destroy the surrounding forest, the economy of Rio de Janeiro, and the lives of the city's residents. He says the J, I don't know why. We can no longer watch passively. It needs to be built urgently. What do you guys think about this now?
Good point. We should do it around East Brooklyn.
Oh, he knows he's Brooklyn.
That's the next step here, actually. Why don't they do what we do here, which is put gates around the rich
The rich
neighborhoods?
people. It's a gated community. Put a roof on it, and it's a prison.
Hey, I got an idea. Why don't we build a wall around the whole city, then we have Kurt Russell come in here and get the president?
Write it
Once
up,
again,
write it up.
I'm glad to see I'm not the only old reference bastard. You're this couch
I
alone.
haven't got one of these yet.
Well, I happen to,
Escape from
as someone who's been to Rio,
As a worker
Yes.
and a liberator. Go ahead.
As a whore.
that's pretty much the point. Yeah, I don't really care if they wall off the slums or not, as long as the prostitutes can get to my hotel room. And it's not about, by the way...
Jim, that's where the ugly American phrase comes
No,
from.
but I was only kidding. I really didn't mean that.
What about the Gracie brothers?
I don't know them. I hear they're uncut and in good shape.
They are.
That's the
This
end
looks
of...
like Rich Voss on spring break.
One of the greatest things in life when you're a kid is driving around with your dad at the rich neighborhoods, being able to go wherever you want. How do poor people ever going to rise above it if they're caged in like animals?
With a ladder.
Well, but wait, this is a perfect example of a world problem. Let's get serious for 1 second. Look, he got these kids in his neighborhood, but on the one hand, you said, oh yeah, they're walling in the community. On the other hand, if they're really ruining Rio's economy and they're out there apparently going wild every day, so then everybody's going to be poor. So what is the solution?
So where's the argument? I don't even see the
Well,
debate
the argument
here.
is, on the one hand, you're saying, what about all the people that are stuck with these psychopaths in a war community? They happen to live there, but they're not in the gangs. I mean, that's pretty...
Well, you can still come and go, right? There's doors.
Right, but it does kind of make it like a place where it's like, hey, man. you
I
know.
love stuff like this. I like security fences.
Right.
I like guards. I like, you know, the rubber things at the supermarket that divide the food between the idiot behind. I love that. That's the best invention of all time. Those are your eggs. This is my milk. Stay away from me, you crap. Makes it for a nice, clean world.
I like that.
With a little segregation.
All right. Due to the FCC's crackdown on indecency, CBS has decided to cancel this year's Victoria's Secret fashion show. Now, here's a look at last year's show. Now, that is just funny.
He's looking for the weapons of mass destruction.
That was just funny. So what do you guys think about the CBS not doing the Victoria's Secret fashion show?
Ridiculous.
I know, it's terrible.
If they're worried about the nipple of a model popping out, why don't they just cover the nipple with the mouth of another model?
Amen.
Every problem is a
Excellent
solution.
point. Excellent point.
But once again, I hate to always be taking the other side. I'm lying. I love to take the other side. It's the only reason I came in comedy, to take anyone's other side. But don't you think that if you're sitting with a couple of little kids, at what point...
Change the channel.
So, so you think little kids, it doesn't matter?
Who watches a
Turn the
lingerie
channel.
show
Wait a
with their
minute.
kids?
Who's seen more women's
Besides Jim Norton.
Yeah, exactly.
Who has seen more women's breasts than little kids? It's the first thing we stick in their mouth when they're born.
Right.
So what? It's a natural thing. It's like my nephew was watching Janet Jackson. He goes, I remember that was delicious. And I was like, yeah. He was having flashbacks.
At least the guy from Victoria's Secret had the balls to admit that it was Washington's fault and that he wasn't pulling it himself like the other networks do.
Oh, like what?
Well, you know, they pulled some other show from NYPD Blue and Naked Boob or something.
They
They were all
said
like,
it
we don't
was-
feel like it's the right climate. At least the Victoria's Secret management was like, hey, man, it's
I'm
not
scared.
us. It's at the FCC.
It's all fallout from Janet Jackson, man. I mean, the last time that black nipple caused that much trouble, Patrice took his shirt off on this set. Remember?
And where's the old white men in Washington that appreciate black women's nipples, like Strom Thurmond when you need him?
Yeah.
When he died. It all started when he
It
died.
all started when he died.
So you guys think that basically, what's the line of censorship then?
It's crazy.
If you can masturbate and laugh, it's not good.
Why are we so hung up on sex? We're all a product of sex, which is kind of depressing when you think about it. I mean, the only reason we're here tonight, you know, because my dad was too lazy to pull out on a Friday night in 1962, but violence is fine. We have no problem with kids watching violence, but a titty is like a big deal.
Yeah, it is kind of a strange thing.
I really do resent the fact that because of Janet Jackson, me and my friend can't watch the Victoria's Secret special together and, you know, help each other out a little.
He's right. He's right. We'll be right back.
He's right.
Place your bets now on Comedy Central's new Japanese gaming series. The show that invites you to gamble on...
They stop by, tell a few jokes, and vanish back into the comedy netherworld. But we never find out much about them as human beings. So I thought it would be nice to learn a bit about tonight's guests, and same way we did all back in kindergarten. That's right, show and tell. Let's see what these crazy kids have brought for us. Well, hello there, Mr. Ross. What do you have to show us today?
Oh, well, I got a watch at the Al Rashid Hotel in Baghdad when I was there on the U.S. I know there's a soldier here, so I wear it. The hotel's since been destroyed.
Oh.
So I wear it to remind myself that I live in a safe country, Colin.
That's beautiful. Yeah. And
It's got Saddam's face on it.
and Saddam, if you're watching, you know what I'm saying? You still thinking?
I also have a Tariq Aziz money clip.
You do? Oh, you're doing good. I got all this other tourist stuff. Nick, what do you have?
I got a picture of my grandparents who have since passed. Which camera I'm looking at? It's like Price is Right here. Jesus Christ. But my grandmother's missing a leg in the picture. We can't figure... Look, she's got one leg. And she had two when I knew her. It's like she's a scarecrow. I don't know what happened. I mean, it's one thing if it was broken, you'd understand. She's Italian, but she's missing a leg.
Yeah.
She didn't do it.
It's over. It's over on the other side of the field stomping grapes. Ralphie! What do you got, Ralphie?
Sorry about your in-laws.
This is my dog Pimp's collar. That's why I brought.
You have a dog named Pimp?
Yeah, and his collar says that bitch better have my money.
All right.
He's great.
And finally, James Nortone. What do you have?
This is my first bit of press in my life. It's a newspaper article from when I was 13 years old. And
Oh, my God.
I play, and you can see my idol, Ozzy Osbourne, is actually in the same paper.
Why are you dressed like Adrian from Rocky?
It was for playing asteroids on a video machine for 10 hours in January of 1982.
Oh, folks, you know what? This was a bad idea. We'll be right back after this commercial.
On an all-new South Park, guess which celebrity is hiding out in South Park?
Now, because we never get to some subjects on the show, because we're spontaneous, it's part of the charm. No? Anyway, there's a new diet Bible book. So what do you give us a new diet of your own based on your own personal philosophy? Nick.
I don't have a personal philosophy, but I read where there are diets based on the New Testament now. It's It's true. Only society superficial as ours could interpret the story of our Lord and Savior, you know, life and death, as a way that sculpted abs in just 8 minutes. You know, when Jesus died on the cross for our sins, I don't think he had love handles in mind. What's next? What's next? The Holy Gospel according to Jared?
Well, Ralphie.
Okay, well, my diet is called the eat it all and who cares what happens diet. It's, yeah, right?
No applause.
Yeah, it's a diet that people are on it that are happy and full and fat. Eating all that food covers up all the drama in life. It's nature's Prozac. What's wrong with being fat? Nothing. People, you have to die of something, and fat is as good as anything. Yeah. Why,
Stop applauding.
sorry. Yeah. Why, just since November, I've been off this diet, and I've lost 135 pounds. Thank you. An impressive number, but remember, I couldn't ever lost that weight if I hadn't have put it on in the first place. Thank you, Eat It All Diet.
Applause is bad.
Laughs are good. Jeff.
All right. Like the Maker's diet, which is based on the teachings of the Bible, I also envision a diet based on the Bible. Being on the road a lot as a comic, sometimes I'm in small towns, I get hungry late at night, there's nothing open, there's usually a Bible in the hotel room. So instead of using the Bible for its teachings, I say go a step further and use the Bible for its nutrients. I say eat the Bible, everybody, front to back, and the Jews eat it back to front. I know it sounds like heavy, but a little coleslaw and Russian dressing, that is good eating. Ralphie, can I get a what?
Holla.
I once ate a Koran, but it gave me diarrhea.
All right, Jim Nortone.
Well, I've had kind of like a little plump belly and mushy bosoms for some time now, and I've been told that when I'm sitting nude, I look like a pregnant baboon. For a long time, my diet philosophy was eat whatever you want, but only sleep with girls who are over 400 pounds, which also goes hand in hand with the age-old philosophy as the fatter a girl is, the more likely she is to let you cheat on her.
Folks, he's got a point. Go
I've
ahead.
since abandoned this diet for the fancy new throw out your condoms and sleep with the Haitian prostitutes weight loss plan. The beautiful thing about this diet is that you never know exactly when it's going to start taking effect or how many people you'll have to apologize to once it does.
Oh, there you go, the feel-good diet of the year. That's the show, folks.
All right, good night.
So, you end the show on a Haitian prostitute diet joke.
Yeah.
Any comment on that?
Well, you know, like it said, that's the show. You know, it can end on anything, and sometimes some people might, you know, not like it. Sometimes that someone might be me. It doesn't really matter. Apparently, it's, you know, apparently it's a real democracy, anarchy out there. You know, people say what they want, and you know, who am I to judge?
Tonight you criticized Jim Norton for making a pun.